Good evening, everyone. Welcome to D&D with Shitlords, episode... Jeez, I don't even remember. I think it's 14. Yeah, Sanguine's clanking around plates. Deal with it. Last... What's up?
I'm hungry.
Last episode we had the return after the big drought in content. Hopefully we'll be seeing this more often. But last episode was a sort of return to everything that was happening in Harakir in the desert, dealing with the original group of characters, and how their guide in the area has just lost several members of her family.
It's like three.
Oh.
And that's where we'll open.
It's still night, right?
Yes.
Okay, so Sanguine turns to Tiela. Tiela, rack out again. You need sleep. Then
That's not a statement.
immediately looks over to Garen. Garen,
Yes.
go check on our guide. Find out what the funerary rites are so that we can help out with those.
You got it.
As
Go ahead.
what's her face? As my own character, what's her face? Maya.
You know, what's her face? She's my favorite character.
She's my favorite Naruto.
Yeah.
God damn it.
She finished collecting her arrows. If she can, do I need to roll or?
No. I'll say that you collect all but one. The one that you
Okay.
fired at the mysterious figure on the hill.
And then I tell Sanguine that the figure on the hill left, but left no trace that he was ever there. No tracks, nothing.
God damn it.
Sanguine raises a finger towards you, motioning for a minute. Looks over at Olvir. Olvir, collect the dead, get them lined up.
Okay.
Okay.
Once Olvir's moved far enough away, Sanguine leans down towards Maya. Okay. And also, I need to address something from earlier.
And with that, I'll be leaving.
His hand grabs her shoulder.
You done fucked up.
You were a leader before. You said as much. If you ever do something so fucking stupid that you risk all of us getting dragged, and hanged, that counts as breaking the deal. Am I understood?
She narrows her eyes and says, "My actions were my own. If they drag you into this, that's them, not me."
That's not the words of a leader. Not by a damn sight.
Am I this group's leader?
No, but you have experience leading. You know what happens when someone does something stupid and gets your entire group in danger. I'm giving you fair warning. You do something stupid like that again, and you risk it. The only way, and you bloody well know this, to get around that is to offer up the guilty person. I'm not going to offer you up. I will see that you get proper punishment, and then I will show them it. Am I understood?
Yes.
Good.
She says that reluctantly And again, through grit teeth.
You already got your trance in. You're on watch.
Though I could use another trance.
Good job alerting us, by the way. You saved us.
How's your nose, by the way?
Don't throw a rock at me next time.
It woke you up, didn't it?
It did, but there are better ways. Go back to watch.
Yeah, you can stick you with an arrow, right?
Eh.
And then, once Maya starts heading back to watch, Sanguine wheels around and stares at Sarashaw. You and I need to talk, boy.
Boy.
On.
You have been ridiculously out of sorts and going out of your way to fuck up everything, it seems. You walked away without telling a single soul where you were going, not once, but twice. You slept away from the camp. You're lucky that you haven't been lost well and truly. And you have been acting like a petulant child. Explain yourself.
Sometimes I just prefer to be alone. Then, again, you guys are all right.
That's not an explanation, boy.
Boy.
Look at the dead.
Yeah.
Look at them right now. How many could be alive if you had been here when this kicked off?
When he says that, of course, he's referring to now Enrico and Sergei pulling the now completely stiffened and frozen in an expression of horror dour face of Dominic out of whatever, wherever he's sunken into the sands, and kind of of course weeping, but trying to lay him out respectfully.
It's a damn shame they died. I doubt that I could do anything.
You came in, you were able to help in the fight. What makes you think that being able to help earlier wouldn't have changed anything?
I count 12 zombie corpses. Do you think the addition of one little me at the start would change much?
The addition of another fighter in a fight? Hell yes, it would. Are you a simpleton as well as a child?
And Maya pipes up and says, there were more than you see.
Maya? This is between me and him at the moment. You all decided that I would be the leader last night, or the night before last night now. Allow me to lead. So, do you have an explanation, boy?
Can't change the past. That's all I need to say.
You can't change the past, but you can make it so that it doesn't fucking happen again. And thus far, we haven't seen any sign of that. You left all our belongings and wandered off without so much as a word, and the only reason why we know where you went off and we know you didn't get lost was because Tiella was kind enough to follow and make sure you didn't end up signing your own name away from the rest of us.
Hey, boss, where do you want me to put the bodies?
Line them up respectfully with the others.
Well, remember, there's only one body. The other two are taken.
What about the zombies?
Zombies go in
Good
another pile.
Are you going to treat the zombie bodies with respect to?
Oh, I am, definitely.
Okay.
After what happened out in the desert, I ain't fucking risking that shit.
Well, either way, tomorrow is already spoken for. In exchange for bunking with a kind local gentleman tonight, I agreed to assist him with his work tomorrow. If you need me, do what you did tonight to call me. If not, I'm already spoken for.
He's trying to get killed.
You're attempting to get lost, aren't you?
No, just keeping my word at this point.
Bullshit. You've been worse than when I first met you, and you weren't as charmed then either. And you seem to be getting worse by the day.
So what would you have me do? Break my word to the man kind enough to welcome me into his...
What I would have you do is grow up. I would have you confront whatever the fuck has you chasing death so merrily, and realize that this entire place is trying to kill us. That the only people that we know for sure are not attempting to kill us are the people right here. That this is the group that you've been traveling with, and if you want to continue and you want to continue living, you have to realize that the band that you're with, you need to show respect to. You need to learn what each of us is capable of, and you need to learn your place within the group. If there's something keeping you from doing that, tell me.
The only thing I want to do right now is find the person who murdered my family and make him wish for death before the end.
Oh yes, you're an orphan. How many of us are? You have memories of your family, happy ones, I'm assuming, otherwise your rage would make no sense.
Of course I
Most
do.
of us don't. And all you're doing is you're throwing your life away in an attempt to do what? Seek vengeance. At the rate that you're going, you'll be in the ground well before you ever see that day.
Do you mean to assist or impede me in my goal?
I mean for us to survive.
If living long enough to carry out my goal is assisting, then so be it.
Is there anything else that you need to talk about? Because if there's any other problem that's going to cause you to continue to buck and bridle underneath of us, then we have to fucking know it. I'm not going to have you run off and throw another temper tantrum out of nowhere.
Not at present. But as I said, I keep my word, to that local man especially right now.
What does not at present mean? Does that mean that you do know something, or that you're anticipating something will come up?
The future is unknown to me. Therefore, I cannot say whether or not there is an issue.
Cielo will jump in. It means that likely when he finds this one eye, he will be gone. And she... I think he never said it was one eye or something, but she has that letter. So Serisha will know that she mentioned that.
How do you know his name?
You let something fall out of your pocket. Let's keep it at that.
She was just borrowing it. She was just picking it up for you. Come on, that's the Kinder response, right? I was just borrowing it.
Well, she didn't. She didn't steal it.
Hey, Scaly,
Mm.
do you know how to perform the rites of the dead?
My training is combative, not solely religious.
I look over at Olvir. I'll have Garen checking up on what their rights are. We'll be helping them out when it comes time.
Is it okay if I do my own tribe's rite of the dead?
Check with those that survived. Make sure that it doesn't shame their dead or anything.
Okay.
Yella, you have
Yeah?
something that would help in this? He says,
Sorry.
turning back to Sanguine and Tiela. Right, to Sarashaw and Tiela.
Well, this is exactly what he dropped. I wanted to keep the privacy up for him, but since he's making stupid mistakes, I think this should be shared. And she kind of hands Sanguine the letter she picked up from Sarashaw. And I send it to you, your DMs, by the way, Sanguine, what it says.
Okay. Sanguine holds up the letter in front of Sarashaw. How do you want me to find out? Do you want to tell me? Or do you want me to read?
That letter is the last will and testament of my adoptive father. Contains his last wishes for me, and a basic bit of information on One Eye's location, which led me to this godforsaken plane.
Okay. Is there anything else?
Nothing that I would prefer to speak of publicly currently. I would ask that you respect my privacy yourself.
I'll look around at how close everyone else is.
The
Tiela,
only- I
go
think
back
the only
to bed.
one that actually walked away anywhere was Maya. So, well, and Olvir. Olvir's.
Maya watching the
And
horizon,
Karen's over with Vardo.
cussing under her breath. Something about the sun and its damnable light.
Never had to worry about this in the Underdark.
Tiela? Tiela,
Yes.
crack out. It's time that you sleep.
Yeah, okay. She will go and lay down. She needs it! She's only 4 HP!
Yes.
Sanguine points at Sarashaw, then points in a direction that is away from where the others are, and starts walking there just far enough to be out of earshot.
I follow him and approach close enough to him that he can speak out a whisper so no one else hears.
Now it's not public. I would have you tell me.
Sometimes that letter is what kept me going. But I don't see a way out of this plane.
Doesn't matter
Well,
if you see a way out. We're going to find one.
I assume you've read it.
I haven't read it. Still holding it in his hand, not opened. Is there any reason why I need to read it? Or did you tell me everything?
Probably gonna verify whether or not.
Read it.
I have another way of verifying. I can ask Tiela. I'm asking you. Is there a reason why I should read it? Or did you tell me everything?
everything of importance.
Are you damn well sure?
There's nothing in there that should cause an issue.
Okay. I will trust you for now. If you make me regret this trust, you will never get it again. Hands him the letter.
Thank you.
Now, is that all said and done? Is there anything else that we need to know about? Anything else that will have your head still fucked up? That will have a thought stuck in your brain box?
The brain box?
Can't.
Other than the idea that I'm starting to see this group as a family, no.
Not bad.
They make me cry.
If anything arises that will threaten your position or what you can do, you will tell me immediately. Understood.
If I am aware of it, you will be aware of it.
Go sleep.
The urge to have Tiela yell, "And when are you going to tell your story?"
He did, though.
Not in full.
Shaw finds a place nearby the camp and just settles down.
Okay.
I go back over towards Ulvir, and I see if Garen has emerged from the Bardo yet.
Now, in the meantime, Garen, you were going to go and check on Dulcimae, correct?
Yes.
Okay. When you knock on the door, you hear a scream, slight scream, muffled very quickly. And then you see her pull back the drapery over the glass window on the door of the Vardo. And then she just kind of hurriedly shakes her head and then puts the curtain back out.
All right, then. I'll go and talk to her brothers who are laying their fellow out and see what we can do to assist with them.
Almost in a sort of stoic silence, Enrico and Sergei are kind of laying their brother out in what seem to be fineries of the Vistani people, and sort of wrapping the body in a sort of shroud. As you approach, they look at you and they say, "Thank you, outsider, but we have it from here."
Garen will nod without a word and turn and head back to the others.
So rejoining the others now?
Mm-hmm. I would assume this happens after the aside there with Sanguine and Sarashaw.
Two things.
Mm-hmm.
One, which is outside gaming. How many times did I cast Hunter's Mark last week?
I think 2 times.
Does it last an hour?
Well, no,
I know
you only cast it once.
You transferred it.
Yeah, after the initial cast, you can transfer it for free. You don't need to recast it.
I'm just trying to remember. I didn't mark my spell slots that I used.
Yeah. No, you've only used 1 spell slot.
Okay. And did Maya hear the scream?
Give me a perception check.
Nat 20.
Nat 20? Yeah. You heard her little squeak of surprise.
Would I have been able to tell if it was surprise, fear?
Yeah, with a natural 20, yeah, you could tell it was surprise. And fear.
Yeah, I'm trying to determine whether or not she'd think there was any danger in the Vardo, or if she was just startled.
You could tell it was more being startled. And the situation being involved, as it stands.
Okay. That is it then.
Not knowing about the startling that happened with Garen, Olvir walks up to the caravan and knocks on the door.
I would assume that you'd seen the Garen go up and do that, considering he did that right as everyone was convened.
I was carrying bodies.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say you're gonna get the exact same reaction. So.
Okay. I knock again.
No response.
Okay, so I'm gonna go approach the brothers.
Okay.
And ask them if it's okay if I perform my own rites of the dead.
They look at you and they say, "Take that up with the priestess."
AKA no!
God damn it. Okay.
So, upon rejoining with the others after talking to Sarashaw, I look at Garen. So, any practices that they need help with?
No. We would be interfering. They want to handle it themselves.
Okay.
Maya remembers, as she's walking the perimeter, she remembers that 2 got dragged off. She wants to go check to see if there's any sign of where they were dragged to.
All right, give me a survival check.
$11.
Okay. You can after a while the wind is kicking up and you can see the tracks are kind of blowing over. The sand is shifting and covering up the tracks. However, from what little you found until the trail goes cold, you saw that they were being dragged to the south or southeast of the town.
Okay. I go... Is the temple right next to the camp?
Yeah. The temple is on one end of the village and right next to your camp.
I go to Sanguine, and I said, at the beginning of the battle, 2 of our guides here were dragged off towards the southeast of the town. I'm wondering what lies in that direction, if it's of any importance to us. Should we ask? As apparently I need to be babysat, otherwise I'd just go ask myself.
Sassy.
You can ask Scriber, but just make sure you don't pull out your ink pots.
My what?
Saying when explain the context, he would get it. Or, sorry, she would get it.
With the context, you would get it. It's effectively, you can go, don't go stabbing anyone.
Oh. Okay.
You can ask about the slang if you want, but that's effectively what he said.
Of all the people, the one that I'm not expecting to actually use the slang, but would actually know what it means, would be Maya.
Okay.
Because of my dealings with tieflings?
Yes.
So then what he said, if you know what the slang means exactly, is you can go assassin, just don't get out your tools.
Ah. Alright. So with that, Maya goes to see if she can speak with the priestess.
Okay. Before Maya goes anywhere, though, you would know that the temple would be closed at this time of night.
Oh. Damn it. And I can't bring out my tools. Of course, I don't have a lock-picking tool anyway, so...
Are you even proficient?
I'm not helping you break in.
I'm proficient in thieves' tools, yes.
Oh, well, okay.
Also, Shady, context, the tools meant don't kill anyone.
I know. I'm just saying.
I have thieves' tools, but you're not getting them.
Alright. So Maya just sort of goes back to watch, but... Yeah, the priestess does... She stays in the temple, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then I go bang on the door.
Oh, God.
Are you?
Nah.
Right.
I'll wait till morning. Not much we can do right now.
Okay.
Anyone else have something they want to do, or is it time skip to morning?
I'm sleeping.
Same.
Yeah, I figured we'd start our rotation again.
Okay. And with that, everyone gets the benefits of a long rest.
Yay! That was needed.
Garen was going to drop a couple of healing spells on our very injured friend here.
Okay.
Before going to sleep.
Okay. So this isn't old D&D here. You don't need to do that.
Oh yeah, there was one thing I wanted to do. I wanted to rub the one-hit kill in the rude-ass brother's face.
I've only got the one left.
Given the fact that he just saw two of his brothers either, die, or sorry, three of his brothers either die or get dragged off, I'm not sure if he's in the mood to be having anything rubbed in his face.
Maya's Maya.
I know.
I see Tiela heals by 6 extra points.
Okay. I was gonna say, Punisher, this isn't previous editions. You don't need to do that.
Let's have it.
Okay.
Roleplay.
It's for role-playing purposes.
Yes, I know.
It makes sense.
I'll say this too. That's actually not a bad idea because I could have thrown something else at you in the middle of the night. So,
exactly.
Yeah. Other than that, everything passes without incident. The morning sun, of course, rises and bears down upon you as a violent, oppressive heat.
Remember, I set up Lean Tune to sleep under.
Mm-hmm. Have you ever gone to sleep in the middle of the summer and it noticeably gets extremely hot when the sun comes up?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what it feels like.
Considering the setting, I think her joke going it burns is not a good idea.
It burns! Okay, so what exactly did everyone want to do today?
Okay,
Well-
I want to go to the temple.
Okay.
Quite frankly, Tiela probably wants to go to the temple as well. Ask what the hell just happened and whatnot.
Sarah Shaw would probably wake up with the rising sun and begin his morning prayers, so I get to muggle with my spell list.
Yep. After that, though, are you gonna go and go rat hunting with your friend?
I gave him my word I would.
Okay. I figured I should probably give him a name here. His name is Kai.
Pie?
Hi.
Kai. K-A-I.
Hi.
And now here's the important question. Do you tell someone where you're going first?
Kai Menace.
For the nap.
I probably would Sershaw would re-inform Sanguine that he did give Kai his word that he would assist him in his duties today, and then let him know that that's where he's going to be. If he needs him, let out a shout, I'll be there.
And I'll be there. Right.
Dilla,
Yes,
you're going with the others, right?
I am. She just sounds tired, by the way.
I'll be keeping an eye on him then, and he follows Sarah Shaw.
Okay.
What am I gonna do? I'm staying at camp.
Okay.
You're on camp duty today.
Yep,
Keep it guarded,
will do.
unlike someone did yesterday.
You get the babysitter.
Sounds like Sanguine needs to let it go. Let it go.
Let it die.
No, he's going to be the babysitter, so he's all in his whole right to be salty.
Yep.
What about Garen?
Do we have a purpose here? Like, have we figured out a goal? What we
We're gonna
actually
have
need
to
to
go to
do?
that.
This godforsaken place.
We're going to have to go to that temple to convince the dead pharaoh who's going to try to kill us to let us go. I figure if we kill him, he'll let us go.
If we kill him.
I'd best be there for that then.
Oh, this is a different temple that we're going to.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're going to the temple in Muhar, the one by the one that's being run by the priestess Isu Rekhotep.
I figure today it's effectively he's insisting on wandering off and doing this job. We have to keep everyone alive. You guys go for information. I'm looking after the village idiot.
Shut up.
Better than being the village drunkard, though.
I don't know.
I
Village
did
drunkards are a lot
get
more
like
fun.
that earlier.
Okay, so let's systematically go through all of the events as we've laid them out. So the people go into the temple. That would have been what? Icy, Maya, and Garen?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
You arrive. All three of you have not been to the temple yet. The only one who has been Sanguine.
Yep.
As you come in, you notice the place is gilded to extremes. Carved reliefs and sculptures all over the place. Shrines of obeisance, and you can see that they have a pantheon, but all around. All of the pantheon is somewhat subdued next to a giant eye iconography that is frontmost and center up near the altar.
So basically, this looks like the inside of a Goa'uld mothership.
Exactly. For those of you aware of was it Stargate?
Yeah.
I never really watched the show, but I know what you're talking about.
I have no clue.
And the correct term is hot talk. Not mothership.
Who cares?
No, I'm American. The correct term is mothership.
Nerds! No.
Yeah, he's following the fucking Colonel Jack O'Neill. He says whatever the fuck he wants to.
What would Colonel Jack O'Neill do if he met MacGyver?
Colonel Jeff
Okay.
O'Neill was MacGyver. Didn't you know about his Spec Ops past?
Ah,
Did you ever? Okay, total aside for a split second. Did you ever see the bloopers episode for SG-1?
I think I've heard about it. The one bit where like the entire cast gets on to like his shit about being MacGyver.
There's one part in particular where it's from the episode where the Colonel and the blonde, who I can't remember, Sam was her name?
Samantha Carter.
Yep. They were stuck in Antarctica at the Stargate buried in the snow. And as they were filming that scene, the actress turns to the actor and goes, "Come on, you are fucking MacGyver! We have clothing, we have gunpowder, we have snow, we have ice. You should make a fucking reactor out of this shit."
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, can we get on with the D&D?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, gilded, you mean, is there gold and
Yes.
jewelry lying around?
Not jewelry, but like the ornamentation is gold. It definitely does look well maintained and free of tarnish. So you know that the priestess takes good care and stock to make sure that the temple is in its prime for worship.
So Maya leans into Tiela's ear, says, "How much room you got in your pack?"
The biggest question is there anything small that is shiny around?
Oh, god damn it. I sent the thief and the fucking assassin to the shiny place.
Hey, it's one of her flaws. She gets distracted by shiny objects.
Wait, no, I sent them with the priest. It's good.
You act like priests don't conquer other gods' temples all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and that's another thing too. The major thing for all of that is, Garen, you would notice right offhand that this is essentially a temple to all of their pantheon, but the prime god that they worship is a sun god.
I can tell. It shows.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, I want to have that realization be in character. Just as Sanguine's following Sarah Shaw. Shit, I sent the scriber and the thief to a temple that has a bunch of gold in it. Wait, there's a priest with them. It's going to be okay.
I hope. Tiela will lead into Maya and be like, "I have enough space. However, I don't want anything cursed, so take the spoons and the forks."
Are there spoons and forks?
You would notice trinkets here and there, but nothing really, from your estimation, valuable. You know, you'd think like dried figs, sorts of sweet-smelling offerings at each of the deities that correspond to each one of the gods. A lot of the sort of embellishments, though, is around the altar up at the front, under a gigantic gold eye.
I looked at TL again. Do you have enough room for that?
No, I don't. I mean, I have magic pockets, but not that deep. I mean, I have like a, I don't know, pole somewhere in here, but.
Darn.
I mean,
Anyway.
literally, she has a 10-foot pole.
Maya's
Always
starts
good to
looking
have a
for the-
10-foot pole.
I just can't imagine that she has it on her back constantly with her backpack. So it has to disappear somewhere. Indeed.
Yeah, we need to get you a wagon.
Aaron just stands there, like, listening to their conversation and shaking his head. Perhaps it would be best not to offend anybody by stealing their things before we get the information we want.
Yeah,
Stealing
maybe
the
that's a good idea. Let's keep stealing to another time.
Maya
think.
just looks at him with this look like buzzkill.
she
And then
doesn't.
say I'm the babysitter.
Hey, did I say you couldn't steal anything? No. I said get the job done and then steal stuff.
You know when we leave.
Maya puts her hand on his shoulder, says, "You're okay."
You're all right.
So yeah, I start looking for the priestess.
You see, she comes out from around a sort of recess, which you would think would probably be a sort of dormitory within the church, and she comes up to the altar, looks at you, and she kind of nods and kind of spreads her arms to welcome you forward.
What she's sighing for, it wasn't that bad.
I was about to say, why is she fucking sighing?
It's the fact that she's had to smooth things over because of your guys' presence.
Yeah. Part of the job.
So Maya makes a little snarky jab. "Did you sleep well last night?"
She kind of looks at you quizzically and says, "Yes, I did."
Well, we had a lovely tangle with some musties.
Undead of sorts. And 2 happen to have been dragged off towards the southeast of the town. I'm wondering, would you happen to know what's in that direction?
Well, Ra bless their souls. They are probably lost. You said to the southeast?
Yes.
That would be the location of Antipas' tomb.
Antipas what?
Tomb.
Antipas' tomb. Is this a dangerous place? Is it a forbidden place? Is it a place filled
I think
with
it's more.
wealth?
I think the part of is it a forbidden place is the most important one. We know the other answers. Of course, it's dangerous. She just looks at Maya like, really?
She nods and says, both.
So, what other information can you give us on that location?
There is not a person who has ventured into that tomb and has lived to tell the tale. They all now serve the Pharaoh.
Is there anything of value in the tomb? Other than, not losing my life.
She nods and says, "Oh, undoubtedly the Pharaoh was buried with quite the treasure trove."
Interesting. So,
Sorry, interred with the treasure trove. They don't really bury their dead, do they?
Maya sort of looks down, clears her throat a bit, and says, I went into town yesterday and attempted to barter with the locals for one of their cloaks. You see, I'm not used to the sun here, and it's not... My eyes don't work too well in the day.
She smiles, nods for a bit, and holds up her hand, and comes out and produces a cloak for you, and says, It is it is of the kindness of Ra. Go with my blessing.
This is the kind that protects the eyes?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. You were far much more agreeable than the others.
Well, she kind of shrugs and says, "It is their lives. They cannot part with them."
Maya just grunts and bows in thanks. And do you two have any other questions? She turns to Tiela and Garen.
I had questions, but I didn't write them down. Shit. That is not smart of mine. Oh shit. Please.
Maya tries
say
on
you
the
have
cloak.
the Punisher.
How far away is Antipot's tomb?
It is about 2 days' ride.
2 days of travel through the desert.
She nods and
That's a toll in and of itself. Do you know how many servants he's gathered there?
she kind of shrugs and says, "Doubtless, thousands."
Would you happen to know of a way to get in a quiet manner without attracting much attention?
She shrugs and says, "Again, I've never been there."
Clearly, this isn't a tourism destination.
Shady, did Maya tell off the figure only to Sanguine, or
She
Did she even-
spoke of it to Sanguine, but she wasn't exactly being quiet about it. She was just normal voice, is what I'm saying.
okay?
I don't know where you were, but
Well,
you
at that
reminded me.
moment-
So
At that
For-
moment, probably laying in the sand, like being in pain. But
you reminded me, though. I could ask.
yeah, okay, it's fair enough.
Because that was actually one of the questions I wanted to ask. I forgot.
Okay.
Maya, after trying on the cloak and looking at herself in something shiny.
Isu is wearing shiny stuff in spades. Again, I'm just gonna bring up her image.
No, I was saying Maya was looking at her reflection.
Oh yeah.
Or
Well,
her
There would
own.
be polished plates of silver and gold everywhere, so it shouldn't be too hard.
She turns and says, "Last night, while we were attacked by creatures, there was a figure on the hill. It looked like it itself might be... Let's just say it smelled of death and spices. And it did not attack us, but it vanished as soon as the fighting had died.
be grateful.
Would you happen to know who that was?"
Be grateful. It sounds like you had a run-in with the Dark Lord.
Oh, so he came out of his tomb to say hi.
But your undead pharaoh isn't a dark enough lord to be called the Dark Lord, but someone else is? This I gotta hear.
She kind of looks at you quizzically and says, "What do you mean? I'm referring to the Pharaoh."
Oh, thank God there's not two of them.
Does he only venture out at night?
That's right. You weren't present for it. Sanguine, did you recount the tale of the Pharaoh?
I told everyone the entire thing, yes.
Okay, you would remember that, according to the tale, the Pharaoh whenever the Pharaoh touches anyone at night, they instantly die. It's only in the rays of the sun that he can do anything like, touch anyone.
Daytime siege.
He has the touch of death.
Oh, crap.
Oh god, that's all I need.
Anyone else thinking that the oasis is life juice?
Yeah.
You would think if it was, it would be more satisfying.
But is life satisfying?
Remember, this is life juice from the demi-plane of dread. It's not satisfying.
The
We're lucky it
Tiela
doesn't
will
taste like broken glass.
Tiela will look at the priestess and ask, I hope you will not find this very rude of me to ask, but why has nobody tried anything? I mean, I know that he is probably very strong and powerful, but it feels like everybody just sits here and doesn't do anything. Are people happy living like this under this lord?
Her face sort of contorts in this incredulous nature, and it's like, what are they to do?
Burka storm. Can't touch skin if it's all covered.
Wall up the temple.
I don't know, block the exit or keep him inside. I don't know, something.
People stay inside. That obviously doesn't work. People have gone missing.
I guess it's already too far gone for anything to be done, right? That's what you're saying.
She kind of shrugs and just... It is our lot in life, and it is something that we must accept.
What about your god Ra?
Our god Ra is the one that gave the Pharaoh this curse. Or blessing.
Maya has a look on her face like she realized something, and she says, has there been others like us, strangers from other lands, to come and meddle as we have?
She smiles and nods and says, many.
And have any survived and left?
If they have, we have not heard. There are occasionally some traders who come and bring foreign things to our domain. Of course, we have nothing to give them, aside from our well wishes and our prayers for their safe return over the Crimson Wall.
Crimson Wall?
Oh, I'm sure you've seen it.
The wall of
Speak of the
burning
mist.
death that almost boiled Sarashaw,
I see.
making him Sarah soup.
But I wasn't there.
That's true.
Sure, you weren't there.
All right.
How long has it
Yeah.
been since they came?
The last one was probably about 5 years ago.
Interesting.
Is it regular?
Not as regular as, say, the travelers, like the ones that have come with you.
The Vistani you speak of.
She nods and says, if that is what you call them. We just call them the travelers.
They aren't Irish.
You don't know that. They could be.
You haven't been having them do a fucking Irish accent. They've been talking like they're from fucking Eastern Europe.
Hey man, anyone can be a pikey.
Yeah, But then they would be doing call-outs.
I love Irish sense.
I can think of nothing else I wanted to know. Thank you for your time, and thank you for the cloak.
She nods and smiles.
I have one more question. What is in the water?
She kind of shrugs her shoulders and it gives life.
People juice. People juice is in the water.
The oasis is people!
Something like that.
Look, all I'm saying is that the fluid drained from the dead has to go somewhere.
Ew.
People juice.
Alright.
Yeah.
Don't say it 3 times or it might come.
People juice, people juice, people juice! Oh no!
Before I go, you say nothing can keep the fur out. No one has been able to board him off with anything?
She shakes her head.
You truly seem like you're in a hopeless, dire situation.
She shrugs and says, many feel that.
And what is your role in all this? How do you help these people? It seems to me like you live lavishly while they live in rags.
I try to help them commune with the gods so that in the afterlife they do not have to suffer like they do now. She gives you a wry smile.
Wry smile.
He ordered
I
pumpernickel, damn it.
I smile back, bow, and head out the door.
Priestess,
Mhm.
is there any prophecy in your religion of sorts?
She shakes her head. We believe more in the power of the past than we do trying to gaze into the future. It is a much more pragmatic approach.
I can't find for the life of me what you gave us for the whole prophecy lines. God damn it.
Garen has them, don't
I'm pretty sure I have them written down somewhere.
That's what I'm searching. I'm searching my notes, but I have so many notes by this point. It's like searching for a needle in a hay bale. Jesus Christ.
I'll be right back. Maya is waiting outside, so.
Okay.
I wrote it down here.
Okay.
The night of evil shall descend on the land when this hexad of signs is near at hand. In the house of Dagon, the sorcerer born, though life, unliving shall scorn. I think that should be through life.
Through, yes.
The lifeless child of stern mother found, heralds a time, night of evil unbound. 7th time the son of sons doth rise, to send the knave to an eternity of cries. The light of the sky shining over the dead shall gutter and fail, turning all to red. Inajra will make his fortunes reverse, dooming all to live with the dreaded curse.
Is that the whole thing?
That's it. 6 couplets.
Okay.
Thank you for playing.
Tiela will she will probably have scribbled an extra bit on a note for herself and kind of reads it to the priestess and asks, does this sound familiar to you in any possible way?
She shakes her head.
Okay. Well then, I thank you for your time, priestess.
She nods.
She looks at Garen and asks, gives this quizzing look like, shall we go?
He nods and bows to the priestess and then turns to walk out.
Okay.
Yeah, she will bow really quickly and walk out as well. Back to camp.
Sanguine and Sarashaw. You two are spending your day doing tasks.
Yep.
You meet this fellow that Sarashaw had met. He seems amicable. He seems still a little weirded out about both of you. Maybe a little bit more at Sarashaw, but grateful for the assistance. And the entire time is spent uneventful. If you guys want to have any conversation in the meantime.
I just get the image of Sanguine blasting fucking rats with Eldritch Blast.
I more had an image in my head of Sanguine sitting at the side with like a glass of the spring water and sipping at it while he watches Sarashaw sweat. Like, bitch.
Those are not mutually exclusive.
Just be like, you missed one. Pow.
Just like watching Sarashaw chase a rat around, and then right as he's about to get it, blap!
Blast. Yes.
I hath returned. So what happened?
Just talking about the mental image of Sanguine sitting on the sideline as Sarashaw and his friend are chasing around rats, and right as Sarashaw's about to catch one, just Sanguine raising up his hand, Eldritch blasts the rat.
Eeyore, you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
After a few houses and getting a little annoyed that he hasn't attracted a babysitter, he's gonna look over at Sanguine and say, "Is your true intention to assist me or to babysit me?"
Sticks one, half dozen the other. Take a sip again.
Can't hurt to go in pairs, though, you know.
I say. Sorry, that was a bad joke.
Okay.
If you ended up in danger, how would you alert the rest of us? Takes another sip.
Breath straight upward. I believe a flare of cold air and the white stuff associated with it would be quite alarming in quite a hot place.
If we're looking up. Sip. What happens if you breathe your breath and we're looking in another direction?
Then I would have wasted a great power of mine.
That you would have. So if you had gotten in trouble yesterday, what would have you done?
Assess the danger, and if I assessed that I alone wouldn't be able to help, I would have staged a fighting retreat back to the camp.
And if instead of us getting attacked in the middle of the night, you had been attacked in the middle of the night by 12.
I'd be gone for.
That you would. You didn't think about any of this, did you?
At the time, I did not realize that there were 12 undead about to approach us.
Oh, there aren't. There's more. Sorry. I'm not there.
Oh, I have urges to react as well, like...
Oh, I
holy
was
shit, how long
reacting
have
as the
you
peanut
been here
gallery.
now?
Go ahead, react as the peanut gallery. It's amusing.
How long have we been here now? Jeez.
Well, I've grown to expect undead, but not 12 of them at once.
The fact that this entire
Remember the time we were attacked by 10?
the fact that this entire place is trying to kill us has eluded you how?
If you're trying to be snide about your point, I already get it.
I'm driving it home. You will never forget it again. Because if you do, you'll end up lost. If you don't have anyone that can signal the others, you end up lost. If you get isolated from us, you end up lost. If you fight alone, you're signing your own name. Each of us has to rely on everyone else. That means your squabble with anyone else, it's over.
Squabbly squib.
The only conflict I have with any other member of our group is perhaps a bit of friendly rivalry with you and Garen. Ovir.
This
Yes, of course, not the
after me
ungodly.
hearing constantly about your squabbles and threats to our scriber, then. Those are the only two that you have.
Of course. The backstabbing Underdarkling.
Who has done
Just say the
nothing-
word and I'll happily execute her.
Maya sneezes.
You are missing the point here. You are still seeing this problem as a child.
Are you
He hasn't
aware of what
betrayed
her
us.
kind can do?
Are you aware of what she's done thus far? Are you aware of her motivation? Has she
Survival.
stabbed you in the sleep or during the night without me being aware? Has she killed one of the others and just been a very convincing fake about it?
No, but she attempted to do certain things to one of the locals.
Plot twist. He's actually dead.
That was addressed.
You're lucky to have me restrained at the time, or I'd address it in my own way.
Yes, and then I would have killed you.
Oh snap!
To heighten the drama, Olvir, you are staying near the oasis, right? Taking guards in the camp. After a good 2 or 3 hours, you're getting a little bored. You see around the corner, you see the brothers sort of getting the body out of the sun, doing work around the Vardo. Kind of clearing the fields of the debris from the battle. After a while gazing out over the oasis, you feel a presence. And the soft brushing of sand as Dulcimae pulls her skirt to the side and sits down next to you.
Underneath my lean-to cover, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
She sort of looks over at you. You can see that she's been crying all day.
Hello, Dulcimae.
She nods.
It's been a very trying day for you, it seems.
She croaks out, "Night."
Night, right. My intelligence is 11 and my charisma is 12.
Both above 10, dude. I mean,
I'm
is
still
average.
not as smart or charismatic as the others.
I'm saying 10 is average.
Yeah, I know.
You have an IQ of 110.
I have only one more intelligence and I think the same charisma, so meh.
Give me a quick perception check.
Oh, that's 16. That's a 20, not natural.
Yeah, no problem. You see that she's got something in her hands and she's sort of fidgeting with it in her lap. It looks like a deck of cards.
I see you have cards.
She nods again, and she kind of lays them out on whatever blanket or whatever you've laid out to kind of keep your clothes and stuff away from the sand. And she goes, she kind of reaches over and puts the cards near you, and she says, please cut the deck and let us see what the future holds.
May I shuffle them first?
She nods. And...
Okay. So, of course, I pick up the deck and I start shuffling the cards.
Mm-hmm.
One over the other, and then the abridged way.
Mm-hmm.
And again, hand over hand. 1 second here. I got sound effects. If I can fucking get this open. There we go.
You do notice also as you're handling the cards that they're not a typical tarot deck.
This isn't like a deck that I'm used to.
No, we're playing poker, bitch.
She nods and she says, these are the cards that spoke to me this morning.
Let's see. And Olver cuts the deck in half.
With his axe.
Yeah, exactly.
Dulcimae takes up the cards and she starts laying them out in a row of 6. And she starts speaking. The first one is what you can see is a knave card. And she says, this card represents evil personified. He attempts to overthrow the king. The queen now serves this knave. And then
Is it okay if I talk to her while she's doing this?
Well, she points to a symbol on the card and says, this symbol of wealth. Beware, for stolen wealth stains the mortal spirit.
Stolen wealth stains the mortal spirit. Sorry, say that again. A dark power.
She said, this card represents evil personified.
Yep.
He attempts to overthrow the king. The queen now serves this knave. And then she points to a symbol on the card and says, this is the symbol of wealth. Beware, the stolen wealth stains the mortal spirit.
I'm just writing this.
Oh, did he robot? You still there? Pew! Schoolboy. Is anyone else there?
And he's back.
Okay. Yeah, everything kind of fucking
When
went quiet for a second. I'm like,
before
what the fuck is going on? Okay.
I had the same just now.
Yeah.
So
So beware of stolen.
It's this is the symbol of wealth. Beware, for stolen wealth stains the mortal spirit.
Wherefore stolen wealth stains the mortal spirit.
If Maya was in earshot, she'd going, bullshit.
Okay.
She draws the next card, and you can see a prominent 3 on the card. And she says, "The sun shall set this many times before the king can be sought. This time is called the time of Thoth. There may be other cards showing false times."
The sun shall set this many times.
Mm-hmm. And she also points to a symbol on the card and says, "This is the symbol of loyalty betrayed. Beware of betrayal by someone you trust."
Before the king can be sought.
Mm-hmm.
This is the time of Thoth.
Yeah, Thoth. Yeah, Thoth.
Symbol says
Loyalty betrayed. Beware of betrayal by someone you trust.
Racing?
Hmm? What's up?
no, it's a bus.
Oh, okay. She draws another card, and just like the earlier number 3, this is a prominent number 6. And she says, the card of the hex, the sign of mystery and events to come. Look for the sign of the 6. The king understands the hex as the knave does not.
Card of the Hex. Riddles and mystery?
Hmm?
The card of the Hex? 6, the card of the Hex.
Mm-hmm. The sign of mystery and events to come. Look for this. Look for the sign of the 6. The king understands the hex as the knave does not. And then she points to a symbol on the card and says, "This is the symbol of the power of the earth. Evil power not to be given to mortal men. Beware of it."
The knave does not. Symbol of the power of earth?
Yes.
Not for human kind.
Okay. She draws the next card, and pictured on it is a beautiful woman. And she says, "This card is the traitor queen. She who would serve has betrayed her lord."
Okay, so it's not Maya.
Traitor queen. Betrayed her king.
And then she points to a symbol on the interior of the card and says, "This is the symbol of physical power. This card holds the power to destroy."
Okay.
She pulls out another one of a single prominent heroic figure, and she says, "A singular presence, a symbol of those who do not belong. They have a terrible task ahead of them."
Does the dude have black skin by any chance?
Who do not belong. Great task ahead of them. Wait, you said terrible task?
Have a terrible task ahead of them, yes.
Okay.
And she
Symbol?
draws... Oh, what's up?
Is there a symbol?
No. And then she draws a final card, and from what you can see is this regal figure sitting on a throne. And she says, the king of the desert. It is he that you must seek for the final answer.
Must seek for answer.
And I think with that, we'll call it for the night.
Was there a symbol on that card?
No.
Olvir looks up at her and kind of looks mystified at the information that was given, bows his head and thanks her for giving the reading.
And I would say it's about this time. It's probably going to be a little bit later in the day, and everyone would be arriving back at camp. And again, that's where we'll call it for the night. So everyone, I hope you had a good time. I hope I left you with some mysteries. Everyone, even with all of this, even with there was no combat, you get 100 experience.
Yay!
Yay!
Moving on the story a little bit. Yeah, everyone is going to be level 4 next time we get there. So look forward to that.
Just to confirm what everyone else has, we're at, what is it, 2200 or something like that?
2700.
2700, okay.
And you know what? I'm going to give Sanguine and Sarashaw both an inspiration point for the roleplay today.
Haha! Awesome, thank you.
Inspiration, by the way, is anytime, any result on a d20 you don't like, you can roll another one.
Question on that. You can give it to another person if you so choose.
No, it only applies to your character.
Very well. Secondary question. Unearthed Arcana is still kosher, correct?
Yes.
Good.
Yeah, because you want to take a feat instead of the ability point increase.
Yes, I do.
Yes.
And that will lead to some interesting roleplay next time.
I'm gonna have to get let in on the Unearthed Arcana, but I guess we can do that when we're out.
I was really hoping to milk something out of someone, but I didn't get a chance.
Are we done? Like, did you end it already?
We've not ended, but yes, we are going to be done for the thing.
Okay.
Join us next week. Hopefully, things will start to go a little bit stranger.
Yay.
Anyway.
Yes. Yes.
And a little bit more east.
Southeast, to be precise.
Southeast. Fair.
And that's going to be an ordeal. I think I'm going to have to set up something for that for Roll20, because I was just looking at the dungeon for this, and it's fucking huge. So, yeah. So, I hope you all had a good time, and we'll see you next week.
See you then.
Bye.
Later,
Take care,
everyone.
Mm.